Hey bookworms! Today we're discovering how to visit one of the coolest literary destinations in London, the Sherlock Holmes Museum. This is such a unique museum and a can't-miss London attraction. Whether you're a die-hard fan of the books or love the TV series and movies, you should definitely make a trip to visit one of the most famous addresses in history, 221B Baker Street. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was the Scottish writer behind the Sherlock Holmes stories. He was also a trained doctor and split his time between practicing medicine and writing. He published the insanely popular Sherlock Holmes detective stories from 1887 until 1927. And once the public got a taste of Sherlock, they couldn't get enough. Seemingly the first person to get sick of Sherlock was actually the man who created him. Spoiler alert, Conan Doyle got so sick of writing the popular mysteries that he actually killed Sherlock off in The Final Problem. But the public was so angry with him that he relented and brought Sherlock back to solve more crimes in a "just kidding, I faked my own death" move that would have soap opera writers looking envious. That takes us to 221B Baker Street, one of the most famous addresses in all of literature. This was the address of the apartment that Holmes and Watson rented together. The museum brings the stories to life, recreating what the London apartment would have been like had Sherlock and Watson been real. It's located in a Georgian townhouse, just a stone's throw from the Baker Street tube station. And walking inside feels like you've walked straight into one of Conan Doyle's stories. You'll get to visit 3 floors of Sherlock exhibits, starting from the front staircase. Don't forget to count the steps as you enter, lest Sherlock be disappointed in your observational powers. Upstairs takes you into the drawing room of the apartment. The attention to detail is astounding, with so many details referencing different Sherlock stories. As a costumed housemaid tells you about the fictional world of Sherlock and Watson. See if you can spot such items as Sherlock's violin and chemistry set, and even the place where Sherlock fired his pistol into the wall, creating the letters VR. Next, you'll get to see Holmes's famous study, complete with his case files, as well as Dr. Watson's room. Then check out the landlady Mrs. Hudson's room, where lots of objects of significance from the Sherlock stories are on display. Artifacts, letters, and photos that hint at various cases can be seen here. These are, of course, best appreciated by visitors familiar with the stories, but informational signs will help jog your memory of the significance of each. Keep an eye out for the revolver hidden inside a Bible from the story The Solitary Cyclist, and the bust of Napoleon that was smashed by Holmes in The Six Napoleons. On the top and final floor of the Sherlock Holmes Museum, you'll see more artifacts as well as several life-size dioramas of some of the most famous scenes from the Sherlock mysteries. You definitely can't avoid the creepy statue of the infamous Professor Moriarty. Once you're finished exploring the museum, don't forget to stop by the gift shop for some Sherlock-themed souvenirs. Here you'll find various editions of the novels and other Sherlock gear, including the Deerstalker cap. It's the perfect place to pick up a little memento of your visit. Now, if you're planning a visit to the Sherlock Holmes Museum, here are a few tips. First, the museum can get crowded, especially in the summer months, so I recommend booking your tickets in advance. If you can't get tickets ahead of time, try to join the queue before the museum opens in the morning. The line can get long, so planning ahead goes a long way here. Also, the queue is outside and uncovered, so bring your rain gear. It's London, just bring your rain gear. The museum is in an old townhouse, which means narrow staircases and smaller rooms. So keep that in mind if mobility is an issue. And finally, if you're coming by tube, don't forget to check out the larger-than-life statue of Sherlock located right outside of Baker Street Station. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again soon with more literary travel tips. Don't forget to find me at awellreadwanderer.com for more.